So, hello students, welcome to EduTap. A very good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the weekend marathon. And we'll be doing the subject costing today, Hana. So, you must have done all the other subjects also. So, we'll be now starting with the subject costing, and we'll be doing 50 questions. Okay, 50 MCQs. Now, the level of difficulty will be how much? What will be the level of difficulty? It will be easy, moderate, and some difficult questions as well. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel till now, so do subscribe, and of course like and comment on this video if you like it, and join our Telegram channel as well. Okay, join our Telegram channel so that you can get the PDF of this all the questions, right? So before that, is my video audio very clear? Because now we are going to start with the questions. I hope it is very clear. Okay, so in this video we are going to start with what? All the chapters that we'll be doing is overview of cost and management accounting, material cost, labor cost, overhead cost, okay, and the activity based costing. Then we'll be starting with all the methods of costing, okay, all the methods such as unit costing, job costing, contract costing, process costing, joint and byproduct costing, which is also a little part of process costing, okay, and the service costing. Okay, these are all the methods that we'll be covering, and the techniques of costing, that is the marginal, standard, and budgeting, and then the lean system and education and innovation, right? So let us start with the questions. Now you have to answer one by one. Okay, I'll be showing you the question, you have to answer it, and please keep a notebook and a pen with you, because of course we'll be doing some questions, numerical questions as well, so you have to solve it. So keep a notebook and a pen with you. Okay, let us do the first question. Very easy. Which of the following correctly describes costing? Very easy question. Please read the statements very carefully. Which of the following statements correctly describes costing? So please give me your answers. Which of the following correctly describes costing? The first is the process of finding out the cost of a product or service. B, the practice of applying principles and techniques of costing and cost accounting for cost control and profit determination. C, the process of recording expenditure to prepare cost reports and the method of classifying the cost into direct and indirect. So which of the following is the best statement? Yes, it is A, the process of finding out the cost of a product or service, because costing is what? To find out, to ascertain the cost of a product or service. जो second statement है वो किसको कहती है? The practice of applying principles and techniques of costing, it is cost accountancy, है ना? That is cost accountancy. C, the process of recording expenditure to prepare cost reports. So when I have to record, so it is cost accounting, right? It is cost accounting. Whenever there is a method of classifying the cost, it is not costing, it is cost analysis. That is cost analysis, right? Everybody has answered it correctly. Very good. So proud of you. So the answer is option A. Moving on to the second, which of the following is the primary purpose of activity based costing? So do you remember what is activity based costing? To allocate the overhead cost based on direct labor hours, to assign the cost to products based on the activities required to produce them, or to calculate the direct material cost of a product, and to simplify the cost allocation by using a single cost driver for all the overhead costs. So the correct answer is, of course, everybody has answered correctly, that is second, B, to assign the cost to products बेस्ड ऑन दी एक्टिविटीज, है ना. इसमें क्या करते हैं हम एक्टिविटी बेस्ड कॉस्टिंग में? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम ओवरहेड कॉस्ट देखते हैं अपना कितना है, और उसके बाद उसको असाइन करते हैं टुवर्ड्स दी एक्टिविटीज, और यू कैन से द कॉस्ट पूल, है ना. और उसके बाद हम एक कॉस्ट ड्राइवर के थ्रू एक रेट पता कर लेते हैं, है ना. उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हम डिसाइड करेंगे कि ओवरहेड्स को कैसे चार्ज करना है टू आवर प्रोडक्ट, है ना. So this is what? This is activity based costing. So yes, the option B is the correct option. Next, third, conversion cost means. What is conversion cost? Read the statement very carefully, don't get wrong. Cost of direct materials, direct labor, direct expenses. Okay, then B option, direct labor, direct expenses, indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expenses. C, prime cost plus factory overheads minus direct material, or D, all the cost up to the product reaching the consumer less direct material cost. So basically what is conversion cost? कि कैसे हम अपने मटेरियल को, अपने डायरेक्ट मटेरियल को कन्वर्ट करते हैं टू अ finished product, or you can say production cost कैसी रहती है. So basically of course yes, everybody has answered it correctly, that is C, prime cost plus factory overheads. ठीक है, सारी प्राइम कॉस्ट है ना, और उसमें ऐड करेंगे हम अपने फैक्ट्री कॉस्ट को, फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स को, बट वी विल सब्ट्रैक्ट द डायरेक्ट मटेरियल, बिकॉज इस डायरेक्ट मटेरियल को ही तो कन्वर्ट करना है, तो इसको हम नहीं लेंगे. वी विल सब्ट्रैक्ट द डायरेक्ट मटेरियल. सो द आंसर इज यस सी, prime costs plus factory overheads minus the direct material. Excellent everyone. Next, question 4. The following is an example of direct expenses as per CAS 10. Now सबको पता है क्या होता है CAS 10? Cost Accounting Standard 10. It is related to what? Special raw material, which is a substantial part of prime cost, or traveling expenses to site, overtime charges paid to direct workers to complete the work, and catalog of prices of finished products. So basically, when we are talking about CAS 10 na, so we are talking about the direct expenses. ठीक है? So here the correct answer is traveling expenses to site. Okay, it is traveling expenses to site. The correct answer, that is B, traveling expenses to site. Why? Because see, जो CAS 10 है ना, वो हमारे डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस पे लिंक करता है, तो इसमें कोई भी डायरेक्ट मटेरियल, डायरेक्ट लेबर नहीं आएगा आपका. इट विल ओनली बी द डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस. सो सी इन दिस क्वेश्चन बेसिकली जब हम बात करें ट्रैवलिंग एक्सपेंसेस टू साइट, दिस इज अ डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंस है ना. इसमें हम रॉ मटेरियल की बात करें तो रॉ मटेरियल इसमें नहीं आएगा, इट इज डायरेक्ट मटेरियल है ना. देन ओवर टाइम चार्जेस पेड टू डायरेक्ट वर्कर्स, सो बेसिकली ये लेबर में आ गया. कैटलॉग ऑफ प्राइजेस ऑफ फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट्स तो बिल्कुल ही इनडायरेक्ट है, तो ये तो बिल्कुल ही नहीं आएगा. दैट इज बी. द आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी. ठीक है, वेरी गुड. सो एवरीबडी वाज आंसरिंग ए, बट देखो वो रॉ मटेरियल का है, हमें CAS 10 है डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस से रिलेटेड. ठीक है, ओके. मूविंग अहेड, क्वेश्चन 5. If an organization has the resources it needs for the production, then what is the principal budget factor? Okay, then if the organization उसके पास सारे resources हैं production के लिए, then what will be the principal budget factor? Don't get wrong here again. प्रिंसिपल बजट फैक्टर होता क्या है? द कंस्ट्रेनिंग फैक्टर, की फैक्टर की जो रोकता है कि हाँ प्रोडक्शन तो हम कर सकते हैं जितनी मर्जी, लेकिन एक फैक्टर है जो रोकता है कि नहीं करनी है, इतनी प्रोडक्शन नहीं करनी है. सो क्या होगा प्रिंसिपल बजट फैक्टर? जब उसके पास सारे रिसोर्सेज हैं तो हम कह सकते हैं उसके पास कैपेसिटी भी है, उसके पास रॉ मटेरियल्स भी हैं, उसके पास लेबर सप्लाई भी है, बिकॉज ये इंटरनल है, उसके पास तो अपने सारे रिसोर्सेज हैं, बट एक्सटर्नली क्या चीज हो सकती है? दैट इज द सेल्स डिमांड. सो द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज यस बी, 5B, दैट इज द सेल्स डिमांड. वेरी गुड. ठीक है, उसके पास अपने रिसोर्सेज हैं, पर what can be the principal budget factor? That is the sales demand. If ever you go wrong here in the questions, है ना, जैसे हम क्वेश्चन 4 में काफी बच्चों ने गलत भी दे दिया था, प्लीज राइट इट डाउन समवेयर सो दैट यू नो कि कहाँ पे आप गलत गए थे. सो द ऑप्शन बी हियर इज द करेक्ट आंसर. देन द क्वेश्चन 6. Question 6. Which of the following is considered as normal loss of material? Normal loss. So basically normal loss कब होता है? जब हम कहते हैं कि ये हमारा expected है. It is expected and unavoidable, right? So in this case, pilferage, loss due to accident, loss due to carelessness of the handling of material, or none of these. What is pilferage? It is basically related to theft, है ना. तो loss due to accident or loss due to carelessness or handling of the material, or D, none of these. So what will be the answer here? See, normal loss क्या होता है? Which is expected. Do you expect theft? Pilferage is related to theft, है ना. So do you expect it? No. So the answer is D, none of this. None of these will be the correct answer in the case of 6. Again, wherever you go wrong, I have included a little moderate to difficult level questions also. So basically, wherever you go wrong, please write it down somewhere. It will be very helpful for you. So the option D is the correct answer here. Then question 7. Question 7. Which of the following items is not included in the preparation of cost sheet? Now please read the question again very carefully. Not included in the preparation of cost sheet. Carriage inward, purchase returns, sales commission, or interest paid. Give me the answer. Very easy question, but a little technical. Okay. One has answered it right. Very good, everyone. Everybody has answered it rightly. That is interest paid. Interest paid is basically financial in nature. Otherwise, बाकी सब जो है that will be included in the cost sheet. But this interest paid is because financial in nature, so it will not be included. Right, moving ahead, question number 8. Now this is a numerical based question, so keep your notebooks with you and try to solve this question. If the sales are 90,000, okay, sales are 90,000 and variable cost to sales, okay, so percentage of variable cost is given to sales, that is 75%. So can I say variable cost will be how much? It would be 90,000 into 75%. Can you help me calculate this? How much it will be? 90,000 into 75%, that would be how much? 67,500. That would be the variable cost, right? So what will be the contribution? What will be the contribution? Contribution would be sales minus variable cost. So that will be 90,000 minus variable cost is 67,500. So the answer would be how much? It would be, yes, everyone has answered correctly, 22,500. That is option B. Or yes, you can also say this as 25%, so you can calculate 90,000 into 25% is the contribution. Okay, moving ahead. Question number 9. Sales budget is a expenditure budget, functional budget, master budget, or none of these? Sales budget is a expenditure budget, functional budget, master budget, or none of these? So someone is answering B, functional budget. Yes, because basically sales budget is basically a function, you can say, of the management. So it's a functional budget. Okay, it's a department, functional department, so it's a functional budget. Okay. So yes, everybody has answered it correctly. 9th B, very easy question, it was very easy. Next, question number 10, again a numerical based question. If the sales are 1,50,000, okay, variable cost is 50,000, you have to compute the PV ratio. You have to compute the PV ratio. What is the formula for PV ratio? What is the formula? Contribution upon sales. So can you help me calculate this? If the sales are 1,50,000, variable cost is 50,000, what is the PV ratio? Can you help me calculate? Very, very easy. It is contribution upon sales. Contribution will be calculated as sales minus variable cost upon sales. So that will be 1,50,000 minus 50,000 upon the sales, that is 1,50,000. So it will be how much? It will be 66.66%. Everybody has answered it very correctly and so proud of you. And this type of question I can expect in the exams also, in at least the phase 1. Next, question number 11. Dash deals with the principles and methods of determining the production or operation overheads. So a very easy question. If you know what are the cost accounting standards, basically try to remember these cost accounting standards, if not all, but at least try to remember some of them. So which deals with the principles and methods of determining the production or the operation overheads? Question number 11, what will be the answer? Anybody? You can make a choice also. Which one do you think will be the cost accounting standard for overheads basically? Yes, it would be cost accounting standard 3. Everyone who has answered it correctly, very good. So option A, CAS 3 is the overheads. Okay. Now CAS 5 belongs to what? It belongs to cost of services. CAS 9 belongs to what? Cost of material. CAS 16 is for the cost of packaging material, right? So CAS 3 is the correct answer, right? For 11 is the option A, CAS 3. Moving ahead, question number 12, again a numerical based question. A hotel having 100 rooms of which 80% are normally occupied in summer, okay, 80% are normally occupied in summer and 25% in winters. and the period of summer and winter to be taken as 6 months each, and the normal days in a month to be assumed as 30. Okay, so we don't have to assume कि किसी मंथ में 28 भी होते हैं या 21 भी होता है, नहीं, हमने नहीं लेना. जब यहाँ पे लिखा है we have to assume it to be 30 days. The total occupied room days will be how much? So how will you calculate? There are 100 rooms in summer. If you calculate for summer first, so there are 100 rooms, 80% occupancy hai, right? And how many number of days are there? 30 into 6 months की summer के बोल रहे हैं वो. And for winters, how much it will be for winters? It will be how much? 100 into what is the occupancy rate? Just 25%. 100 into 25% into how many number of days? Again 30 into 6. Can you help me calculate this? Yes, it would be 14400, and in this case it will be 4500. Yes, so what will be the answer? It will be 18,900 room days. 18,900 room days. Yes, good. Everyone has answered it correctly before my calculation. Excellent. Good. Next. Question number 13. Easy question again. Which of the following is considered as accounting record? Very, very easy. Accounting record. Which of the following is considered as an accounting record? Bin card, bill of materials, store ledger, or none of these? So please tell me the answer. Yes, the answer would be store ledger. Everyone answered it correctly. The answer is store ledger. Because basically when we talk about the bin card, it talks about only the quantity. Similarly, the bill of material also. But the store ledger, basically this is handled by the cost department, है ना? Because इसमें हमारे पास quantity भी होती है plus the cost also. So the quantity plus cost also is recorded in the store ledger. Very easy question. So the answer is store ledger C. Option C. Right? Then question number 14. Question number 14, read the statement very, very carefully. Charging to a cost center those overheads that solely for the existence, that result solely for the existence of that cost center is known as dash. Allocation, apportionment, absorption, and allotment. So you should know the concepts of overheads to answer such type of questions. Charging to a cost center those overheads which are only belonging, you can say, which are only belonging to that cost center is known as what? When I can easily identify that this cost belongs to this cost center, what can I do? I can allocate it, है ना? I can directly allocate it. Apportionment क्या होता है? जब मैं easily identify नहीं कर सकती, and what I have to do? I have to distribute among the different departments, है ना? तो apportionment तो मुझे distribution करनी पड़ती है जब मैं easily identify नहीं कर सकती. But allocation is directly allocating it to the cost center. So yes, the answer is A. Allotment कुछ भी नहीं होता है. Absorption क्या होता है? Absorption is to charge it to the product, है ना? कि absorb करेगा, जो हमारा product है वो absorb करेगा अपने overheads को. Question number 15. The basic difference between a fixed budget and a flexible budget is that a fixed budget is, now please read the statements very, very carefully, is concerned with a single level of activity, while flexible budget is prepared for different levels of activity. B, it is concerned with fixed cost, while flexible budget is concerned with variable cost. And if fixed budget is fixed while flexible budget changes. Or D, none of these. So what is the correct answer here? Yes, everyone, it is correct. That is A. It is concerned with a single level of activity. Fixed budget is concerned with one level of activity only, but in flexible budget we make it at different levels of activity so that we can adjust, है ना? Actual के हिसाब से थोड़ा सा adjust कर सकते हैं. Okay, next is question number 16. Very easy a question again. Direct material is a administration cost, selling and distribution cost, all of the above, or none of these. What will be the correct answer? Direct material is in the case of administration, selling and distribution, or both of them, or none of these. Direct material, जब मैं direct के लिए बात करती हूँ तो क्या होगा इसका आंसर? Very easy. Yes, it will be none of these. Why none of these? Because administration cost में तो सारे indirect cost आते हैं, similarly selling and distribution में भी सारे indirect आते हैं, but direct material is basically direct in nature, so yes, it belongs to prime cost. Very very good everyone, so proud of you. Moving ahead, question number 17. Read the question again very carefully. In which of the following incentive plan wages on time basis are not guaranteed? ठीक है, wages on time basis are not guaranteed. Halsey plan, Rowan plan, Taylor's differential piece rate system, or the Gantt task and bonus. So in Halsey plan, we talk about the टाइम, है ना, अकॉर्डिंग टू द सेविंग्स इन टाइम, उसके हिसाब से देते हैं. सिमिलरली इन द रोवन ऑल्सो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ टाइम वी गिव इट. टेलर डिफरेंशियल पीस रेट सिस्टम, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द टेलर डिफरेंशियल पीस रेट सिस्टम, तो वो किसके हिसाब से देता है? ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ आउटपुट, है ना, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ आउटपुट. सो बेसिकली इसमें जो है टाइम का कोई रेलेवेंस नहीं है. सो येस, एवरीवन हैज आंसर्ड इट करेक्टली, दैट इज सी. सी में वेजेस ऑन टाइम बेसिस आर नॉट गारंटेड. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द गैन टास्क एंड बोनस, सो बेसिकली it is you can say integration of time also, time, bonus and output, है ना, output का भी integration है. So basically C is the most correct answer, that is Taylor's differential piece rate system. Okay, moving ahead, question number 18, a little moderate question. Cost price is not fixed. Cost price is not fixed in case of cost plus contracts, escalation clause, de-escalation clause, or all of the above. So please tell me the correct answer. Cost plus contracts, escalation, de-escalation, or all of the above. So basically I'll tell you the meaning of escalation and de-escalation if you don't know. So basically क्या होता है, जब हम एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में एंटर करते हैं तो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस जो होता है वो फिक्स होता है. ठीक है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस को हम फिक्स कर लेते हैं. लेकिन ड्यूरिंग द टेन्योर इफ द रॉ मटेरियल प्राइसेस, लेबर प्राइसेस इंक्रीजेस एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, तो हम कॉस्ट प्राइस को, जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस है उसको थोड़ा सा चेंज कर लेते हैं, हम उसको थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज कर लेते हैं. बट डी एस्केलेशन क्या होता है? डी एस्केलेशन होता है जब जो हमारा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस है वो फिक्स हो, लेकिन रॉ मटेरियल का जो प्राइस है वो कम हो रहा है ना, रॉ मटेरियल का जो प्राइस है वो कम हो रहा है, लेबर का जो प्राइस है वो कम हो रहा है, तो हम अपने कॉस्ट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट प्राइस को कम कर लेते हैं. सो इन दिस केस इन बी एंड सी जो कॉस्ट प्राइस है दैट इज फिक्स्ड. सो द करेक्ट आंसर इज cost plus contracts. Here the cost price is not fixed. What happens? This is mostly done in the government sector. What happens? The government asks है ना कि आप सारा काम कर लो. Whatever will be your cost, I will reimburse it. Okay. So whatever will your cost, I will reimburse it and give you a fixed percentage of profit also. ठीक है. So cost plus contracts is where the cost price is not fixed. So the answer is A. Question number 19, again it's a numerical based question. Keep your notebooks handy. So in a process there are 6,000 units. Okay, 6,000 units are introduced during a process. 5% of input is the normal loss. Okay, closing work in progress is 60% complete, and it is 800 units. 4,900 completed units are transferred to the next process. Equivalent production for the period is a dash. So we have to find out the equivalent production. So let us see how will you calculate. First of all, see how much is the normal loss. 6,000 units minus 5%. So what is 5%? 5% of 6,000, it will be 300. So can I say 6,000 minus 5% is 5,700, है ना, बिकॉज 5% कितना आ जाएगा आपका? इट विल बी इक्वल टू 300 यूनिट्स ना. यस, तो हमारा एक्सपेक्टेड आउटपुट क्या है? एक्सपेक्टेड आउटपुट कितना है? 5,700. बस लेट अस सी कि एक हमारा एक्चुअल आउटपुट कितना है. एक्चुअल आउटपुट कितना होगा? इट इज गिवन 4,900 यूनिट्स. 4,900 units is given as your fixed finished products and 800 आपका WIP दे रखा है. So let us see if there is any abnormal loss or abnormal gain. Is there any abnormal loss or abnormal gain? No. तो जब हमारे पास abnormal loss और abnormal gain नहीं है तो फिर ठीक है, हम easily इसको कर सकते हैं. Now what is the equivalent production? It will be 4,900, that is 100% complete, plus 800 units, which is how much complete? What is the percentage completion? 60%. So just help me calculate this. How much it will be? 4,900 plus 480. So how much it will be? 5,380. So that means 5,380 is the correct answer. 19D. Good, everyone. Everybody answered it before my calculation. Next, question number 20. Which of the following is a long-term budget? Again, easy question. Which is the following is a long-term budget? Do we know this? कि long-term budget किसको कहते हैं? Master budget, production budget, flexible budget, or capital budget. So whenever we are talking about a long-term budget, so we are talking about all those budgets which are more than 12 months है ना, और यू कैन से मोर देन 1 year. सो कौन सा बजट होता है जो मोर देन 12 months होता है? यस, दैट इज कैपिटल बजट. वेरी गुड, वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन. लेट अस मूव अहेड. सो द आंसर इज कैपिटल बजट. Next, question number 21. Again, variable cost remains fixed in total, remains fixed per unit, varies per unit, nor increase nor decrease. Again, very easy question. आप मुझे बताओ कि variable cost fixed रहता है in total, or it remains fixed per unit, or it changes per unit, nor increase nor decrease. So what is the correct answer here? So 21, yes, everybody has answered it correctly. It remains fixed per unit. Per unit जो है वो fixed रहता है, but when I talk about the total variable cost, it changes, it varies. ठीक है? It varies with the level of output. Right? Moving ahead. So here the correct answer is option B. Question number 22. Question number 22, reorder level is normally higher than, it is higher than, the level is fixed higher than maximum level, minimum level, danger level, or both B and C. What will be the correct answer? Maximum level, minimum level, danger level, or both B and C. So when I am talking about the reorder level, it is a level at which I will call the supplier and ask for more supplies, है ना? So what will be the correct answer? 22. That will be, yes, both B and C. Of course, it will be set above the minimum level also, if the minimum level and the maximum, if this is the minimum level, this is the maximum level. Okay, this is basically the danger point है ना, danger level यहाँ पे होगा कहीं. So the reorder level will be fixed above the minimum level. Why? Because जब तक supplies आएंगे तब तक जो हमारा goods है ना consumption है वो शायद minimum level तक पहुंच जाए, तो हम नहीं चाहते कि वो और नीचे जाए. तो of course मैं reorder level को ऊपर करूंगी from the minimum level and the danger level. So both B and C is the correct answer. Next, question number 23, again a numerical based question. I'll wait for you to solve this. Annual demand is given to you, ordering cost per order is given to you, carrying cost per unit is given to you, and you have to find out the EOQ. What is EOQ? Economic order quantity. So please tell me the correct answer. What will be the correct answer in this case? The annual demand is given to you, ordering cost, carrying cost, and what EOQ you have to find out. So what will be the answer? So I can solve this. What is the formula for EOQ? What is the formula for EOQ? That is 2 into annual demand into the ordering cost per order divided by the carrying cost, right? So what will be the answer? It will be 2 into annual demand 3600 into ordering cost is 90 divided by 1.8. You can help me solve this. It is coming to be yes, when you solve it, it comes out to be 600 units. Yes, the answer is option C. Everybody has answered it correctly. Very good. Question number 24. Again, this is a numerical based question. Now, please pay a little more attention. Opening stock is given to you. Purchases, closing stock is given to you. Stock turnover ratio you have to calculate. What is the formula for stock turnover ratio? What is the formula for stock turnover ratio? Stock turnover ratio, what is the formula? Cost of goods consumed, right, divided by the average stock, right? So what will be the formula? First you have to find out the cost of goods consumed, है ना? What will be the cost of goods consumed? COGS कैसे निकालेंगे? It will be purchases 2 lakh plus 50,000 minus the closing stock, है ना? And what will be the average stock? Average stock will be 50,000 plus 70,000 divided by 2 will give you the average stock. What will be the answer here? Yes, everybody has answered it correctly. That is 3 times. So you can just see the calculation here. What will be the COGS? It will be 1,80,000, है ना? 50,000 plus 2 lakh minus 70,000. What is the average stock? It will come out to be 60,000. So you just have to divide it. 1,80,000 divided by 60,000. That will come out to be 3 times. Very easy. Okay, moving ahead, question number 25. The repeated distribution method is to. Repeated distribution method, when I'm talking about, it is to calculate the machine hour rate, okay, or apportion the service department cost to production departments repeatedly until the balance becomes negligible. Or allocate the direct expenses to cost centers, or D, find out the cost of abnormal loss. So what will be the correct answer? When do we use the repeated distribution method? So basically this is used to reapportion, है ना, reapportion the cost of service department to the प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट. सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट को कैसे करना है हमने? वी हैव टू रीअपोर्शन टू द प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट. सो दिस इज बेसिकली अ मेथड टू डू इट. सो दिस इज बी, अपोर्शनिंग द सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट टू द प्रोडक्शन डिपार्टमेंट रिपीटेडली till the service department cost, है ना, the service department becomes the zero, what the cost of service department. So yes, the option C is the correct answer. Sorry, here option B, इधर मैंने गलत लिखा हुआ है, it should be B. So the option B is the correct answer. Question 26. Question 26. Scrap generated during the production process is sold for 5,000. How should the sale value of scrap be treated in the cost accounts? So if the scrap is generated that is sold for 5,000, how will you treat it in the cost of accounts? It will be added to the prime cost, added to the works cost, deducted from the works cost, or it will be transferred to the costing P&L account. Very easy question. Please give me the answer of 26th. What should be the answer here? Because basically this scrap is a, you can say, income. This is basically an income which we generate during the production process. So we have to deduct it from the works cost. Everybody has answered it correctly. 26C. Very tricky question, है ना, थोड़ा सा tricky है. It should be of course deducted from the works cost. इन दोनों चीज़ों में confuse हो सकते हो आप. Of course add तो होगा ही नहीं because this is a income, so ये तो add ही नहीं होगी. But deducted from the works cost is the good is the apt answer. That is C. Question number 27, again a little numerical based question. The works cost of a company is given 1,80,000. Works cost of a company is given 1,80,000. The opening stock of WIP. The opening stock is given 25,000. Closing stock is given to 35,000. What will be the adjusted works cost? How will you find out? So it would be how much? 1,80,000. 1,80,000, right? And we'll subtract the closing stock 35,000, right, and add 25,000, that is the opening stock. So the correct answer would be how much? It would be 1,70,000, right? Subtracting the closing work in progress and adding the opening WIP will give you the correct answer, that is 1,70,000, right? Question number 28. Over and under absorption of overheads due to normal factors are, and this was a question asked in SEBI Grade A Phase 2 2020. SEBI Grade A to Phase 2 2020 में ये question पूछा गया था, that over and under absorption of overheads due to the normal factors are, what it would be? It will be charged to the financial profit and loss account, charged to costing P&L account, or treated using supplementary rates, or they are not rectified. So yes, everybody has answered it correctly. It would be treated using supplementary rates. ठीक है, अगर वो abnormal factors से हो तो, if it is due to abnormal factors, then what will happen? Then we will be charging it to the costing P&L account, okay? But if it is due to normal factors, because of normal चीजें हो गई हमारे साथ, कोई idle time, normal idle time की वजह से हो गया, then we will treat it using the supplementary rate. Next is question 29. Again a little numerical based question. A company manufactures pens, pens. The annual demand is 10,000. Setup cost per batch is 500. Carrying cost per unit per year is 10. What is the economic batch quantity? What is the economic batch quantity? That in one batch, how much should we प्रोड्यूस. तो बेसिकली ये हमारा बैच कॉस्टिंग का एक छोटा सा पार्ट है कि एक बैच में कितनी क्वांटिटी हमने प्रोड्यूस करनी है. So the formula is very similar to what we have done. 2 into annual demand, 10,000 into what is the setup cost, 500 divided by the carrying cost, that is 10. So just calculate this, you will get the answer. How much will be the answer? That is, yes, someone has answered it correctly, Rishi. So A, 1000 units. Very good. So ये भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आप कितनी जल्दी उस चीज़ को आंसर करते हो, एंड यू हैव डन इट इन लेस देन अ मिनट, सो इट्स वेरी गुड. Next, question number 30. Very easy question again. This is easy. Job costing is more suitable for continuous production of identical products, custom made products or services, bulk production of standard items, mass production in assembly lines. So what will be the correct answer? जब job costing की हम बात कर रहे हैं तो हम बात करते हैं कि यहाँ पे ना mass production होगी, ना यहाँ पे identical products होंगे. So basically एक छोटा सा job, like for example to design a lehenga for you, तो basically it is a customized product made for every customer. So custom made products or service, job costing. Next, question number 31. Now this is a little moderate type of a question. Cash received from contractee is usually expressed as a percentage of. So cash received from the contractee is usually expressed as a percentage of contract price, cost of the contract, work certified or the notional profit. So very easy question. मतलब अगर थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी अपनाओ, थोड़ा सा दिमाग से हम करेंगे. सो कैश रिसीव फ्रॉम द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इज यूजुअली एक्सप्रेस एज अ परसेंटेज ऑफ वर्क सर्टिफाइड. वेरी गुड हिमांशु, बिकॉज जब भी हम कॉन्ट्रैक्टी किस हिसाब से पे करेगा, कॉन्ट्रैक्टी ऑलवेज पेज अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट इज द वर्क सर्टिफाइड, है ना. व्हाट इज द वर्क सर्टिफाइड, दैट इज व्हाट इज अप्रूव्ड बाय द आर्किटेक्ट. ही विल पे अकॉर्डिंग टू दैट ओनली. सो यस, द आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी, that is work certified. Next is question number 32. Notional profit is calculated as cost incurred minus work certified minus cost incurred, contract price minus total cost, or cash received minus cost incurred. What is the correct answer here? Notional profit हम कैसे निकालते हैं? It will be, yes, work certified plus work uncertified minus cost incurred. But because इस केस में हमें क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से भी देखना है, इन क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से यहाँ पे सिर्फ वर्क सर्टिफाइड दे रखा है, तो हम मान लेंगे कि वर्क अनसर्टिफाइड जीरो होगा. सो वर्क सर्टिफाइड माइनस कॉस्ट इनकर्ड. एवरीबडी हैज आंसर्ड इट करेक्टली, दैट इज राइट. बी, ऑप्शन बी, वर्क सर्टिफाइड माइनस कॉस्ट इनकर्ड. ओके, मूविंग अहेड. Question number 33, again a numerical based question. A contract shows the following details. You have the materials, you have the wages, plant installed at site, and work certified is given to you 22 lakhs. What will be the notional profit on the contract? जो previous formula था वो हमारा वही अब हमने उसको execute करना है. What are the total costs? How can you calculate the total cost? It would be 12 lakh plus 8 lakh, right? प्लस द डेप्रिसिएशन कितनी है हमारी, प्लांट इंस्टॉल कितने में किया था, 5 लाख, एंड व्हाट इज द प्लांट इन हैंड, यू कैन से रिटन डाउन वैल्यू, दैट इज 3,50,000. सो 5 lakh minus 3,50,000, that is 1.5 lakh. So can I say I'll add 1.5 lakh to it, so it will be 21.5 lakh. So 22 lakh minus 21.5 lakh will be 50,000. Yes, so the answer is B, 50,000. Good. Let us move ahead. Question number 34. Now please इसको थोड़ा सा ध्यान से करना, थोड़ा सा difficult question है. Input to a process is 5,000 units. Total process cost is 2,50,000. Normal loss is given 8%. Scrap value is given 5 per unit, and the actual output is given 4,500. So what will be the value of abnormal loss? So first of all, let us calculate the abnormal loss. Units कितने हैं? How much will be the units? 5,000 हमारा input था, minus 8% of normal loss. How much it will be? 8 into 5, 40. So it will be 400. 400 will be the normal loss. So how much do I expect? I can expect 4,600 units. है ना, 4,600 units is my expectation. But what is the actual? Actual कितना है? 4,500. So it will be, of course, what will be the abnormal loss? It would be 4600 minus 4500, 100 units is the abnormal loss. Now you have to calculate its value. How will you do that? You have to do it as per the कॉस्ट पर यूनिट. ये सबको पता है कि नहीं कि अब नॉर्मल लॉस को हमने कॉस्ट पर यूनिट से ही मल्टीप्लाई करना होता है. So basically, how will you calculate the cost per unit? It will be the total cost. So total cost is how much? 2,50,000. 2,50,000 minus what is the scrap of the normal loss, that is 400. because ये छोटी सी हमारी इनकम हो गई तो हम इसको कम कर देंगे हमारे एक्सपेंसेस से. 400 into what is the scrap value? 5. so it will be 2,000. 2,000 हम इसको डिडक्ट कर देंगे यहाँ से, divided by the total number of units, that is 5,000, minus the normal loss units, that is 400. Can you help me calculate this? What will be the cost per unit? What will be the cost per unit? It is 53.91. Yes, so 53.91 into how many of normal loss units? 100. So you'll just multiply 53.91 with this. You'll get 5391 as the answer. So the answer is A, 5391. Next, question number 35. Normal loss is generally valued at cost price, market price, scrap value or zero value only. So अभी हमने ये किया है 35th, that is the yes, everybody has answered it correctly. That is yes, scrap value. C. Normal loss is generally valued at ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज द स्क्रैप वैल्यू, है ना. इसको हम कॉस्ट पर यूनिट पे नहीं करते हैं. अगर क्वेश्चन होता इफ it would have been abnormal loss is valued at, then it would be what? Then it would be cost per unit, cost price, है ना. So here the answer is scrap value. Question number 36. Question number 36 क्या कह रहा है? Molasses obtained in sugar industry. Molasses obtained in the sugar industry is a joint product, byproduct, main product or the none of the above. So it would be what? Molasses क्या है? Sugar industry में basically जो main product है वो तो sugar है, तो main product तो बिल्कुल भी इसका आंसर नहीं होगा. But molasses bagasse क्या है हमारा? So basically that is a byproduct, है ना. molasses क्या है? It is a byproduct because इसकी ये incidentally produce हुआ है and its value is also very less. So it is B, byproduct. Yes, everyone has answered it correctly. Next, question number 37. Again, this is a numerical based question. Direct material is given to you, labor is given to you, the per unit value. Variable overhead is given to you, 100% of direct labor. That is 3 per unit only. Selling price is given to you 20 per units. Fixed overheads is given to you 50,000. So what will be the break-even point in units? What will be the break-even points? How will you calculate? So what is the formula for break-even point in units? That is fixed cost upon contribution per unit, right? Fixed cost upon contribution per unit. So can you help me calculate the contribution per unit? How will you calculate that? That is sales minus variable cost. But variable cost is given to us directly? No. So we have to first find out the variable cost. कितना है? 4 rupees plus 3 rupees, that is direct labor, plus variable overhead, that is given 100% of direct labor. Here it is calculated only that it is 3 per unit. 100% of direct labor, that is 100% of 3, although it is calculated only, so it will be 3, so it will be 10 rupees, है ना. So sales कितना है हमारा? 20 minus 10, that will give you the contribution, that is 10 rupees. So just put in the values here. Fixed cost is how much? 50,000 divided by 10 rupees, so it will be 5,000 units. So yes, 37C, everybody has answered it correctly. Very good. Next, question number 38. See, the data here remains the same. Now you have to find out if 7,000 units are sold, what will be the profit? What will be the profit? You have to calculate. The data remains the same. How will you calculate? Can I say sales is equal to, it will be equal to fixed cost plus profit divided by contribution per unit. This is the formula. Can I say sales into contribution per unit minus fixed cost will give me the profit, है ना. Profit ही चाहिए हम लोगों को. Now sales is how much? It is saying 7,000 units are sold into what is the contribution per unit? We just calculated in the last slide, that is 10 rupees minus fixed overheads, that is 50,000, so it will be 70,000 minus 50,000, that will give you 20,000 profit. So yes, everybody answered it correctly. Answer is option C, 20,000. Moving ahead, question number 39. The Japanese term muda. Muda refers to, what does the term Japanese muda refers to? Quality improvement, continuous improvement, waste, or standard costing. So when I'm talking about muda, so what is that? What is that muda is? Can you tell me the correct answer? Yes, everybody answered it very good. Nachika answered it the first, that is waste. Very good. Waste is the correct answer. Let us move ahead. Yes, muda, mura and muri. So these are three terms, Japanese terms, muda, mura and muri. So what is muri? What is muri? What is muri? Yes, unevenness. So good. So muda is waste. Next. Question number 40. Very easy question. Very easy question. Lean system is closely associated with which country? Yes, lean system is closely associated with which country? USA, Germany, Japan, or India? Very easy question. Yes, 40 is the answer is C, that is Japan. That is C. Lean system is basically a Japanese. So it is Japan. Next, question number 41. A little tricky. What is the correct definition of marginal cost? What is the correct definition of marginal cost? Okay, Nachika, sorry, I must have said wrong. Okay, yes, muri is overburden. That's right. Moving ahead, question number 41. What is the correct definition of marginal cost? Prime cost plus overheads, prime cost plus variable overheads, prime cost plus production overheads. Yes, very good. Prime cost plus the variable overheads, because in marginal cost we assume that all the direct material, direct labor is what? That is variable in nature, and what are the variable overheads? That will be also in the definition of marginal cost. So prime cost plus variable overheads is the correct definition of marginal cost. Moving ahead, 42. See, please keep a little more attention. Please pay a little more attention here. If the standard rate of raw material is 20 per kg and in actual we incurred 22 per kg, my standard usage is 22 units of raw material per unit, but I used 20 units only, okay, of raw material per unit. My material cost variance would be, so what is the formula for material cost variance? What is the formula? Basically it is standard cost minus actual cost. How will you find out the standard cost here? What is the standard rate? 20, and what is the standard usage? 22. So can I say 20 into 22 is the standard cost minus the actual? How much is the actual? 22 kg and into 20 units. 22 into 20. So can you see here? I don't need to just solve this. This will be 0 only. So because here the variance is coming to be 0, the answer is option 3. Very good. Question 43. Now please do it very carefully. Materials required is 12,000. Opening stock is 2,000. Desired closing stock is 3,000. What will be the purchase quantity? When I am talking about the quantity, how will you find out कि कितना purchase करना है मुझे? ठीक है, the material required is 12,000, opening stock is 2,000, desired closing stock is 3,000. तो मैं कितना purchase करूंगी? What will be the answer here? ओके सी, कितना परचेज करूंगी? 12,000, है ना? 12,000 तो मुझे चाहिए ही है, और मुझे और कितना चाहिए? मुझे ये 3,000 भी तो चाहिए जो मुझे वापस रखना है अपनी इन्वेंट्री में. सो आई नीड दिस 3,000 ऑल्सो. सो आई एड द क्लोजिंग स्टॉक हियर. सो इट विल बी 15,000 माइनस वॉट एवर इज केप्ट विद मी, जो मेरे पास पहले से पड़ा है वो मैं क्यों खरीदूंगी दोबारा. सो आई विल reduce 2,000. So it will be 13,000 will be the correct answer here. The answer will be C, 13,000. ये थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी है. देखो, मटीरियल्स रिक्वायर्ड मेरे को कितना चाहिए? 12,000 चाहिए, एंड देयर इज डिजायर्ड क्लोजिंग स्टॉक 3,000. ये मुझे अपनी इन्वेंट्री में वापस रखना है ना? सो हाउ मच इज द टोटल रिक्वायरमेंट? 15,000. कुछ पड़ा है मेरे पास, कुछ सामान जो पड़ा है वो मैं क्यों खरीदूंगी दोबारा? सो 2,000 मैं माइनस कर दूंगी. सो आई विल गेट 13,000. The option C is the correct answer. This was a little tricky, है ना? Next, question 44. The method of costing in which costs are ascertained per unit of a single product in a continuous manufacturing activity is known as what? So, the method of costing in which the costs are ascertained per unit of a single product. Very, very easy. 44. Yes, A. Unit or output costing. Unit or output costing, right? So here we can find out the per unit of a single product in a continuous manufacturing activity. Very easy. See here, आप confuse नहीं होगे process और unit output में. देखो जो characteristics हैं वो बहुत same है, but can you see, you can easily identify that it is unit or output costing, because here we are not finding out the per process, we are finding out per unit. Question 45. Now this is something that you have to learn. If the amount of work certified is less than dash of the contract price, then no profit should be taken to the P&L account. How much should be? It should be how much? Then no profit should be taken to the P&L account. Very, very easy. Quickly answer this. Yes, the correct answer is 25%, or you can say 1/4. 1/4 of the contract price, then it is, then no profit will be transferred to the P&L account. 46. Question 46. The output of one process, okay, is transferred to the next process, not at cost. From one process we are transferring to the next process not at cost, but at the market value or cost plus percentage. So we are transferring at cost plus some profit percentage. So the difference between the cost and the transfer price is known as dash. Abnormal profits, abnormal process profit, normal process profit, extraordinary or inter process profit. So yes, everybody answered it correctly. D, इंटर प्रोसेस प्रॉफिट. तो जब हमारे एक प्रोसेस से दूसरे प्रोसेस जाने में ही कुछ कॉस्ट है और प्लस उसमें कुछ प्रॉफिट परसेंटेज ऐड करते हैं तो हम कहते हैं इसको इंटर प्रोसेस प्रॉफिट्स. क्वेश्चन 47, वेरी इजी अगेन, दिस इज इजी. इन ऑपरेटिंग कॉस्टिंग, two types of services are generally compounded together to express cost per unit, and what is it called? So in operating costing, two types of services are generally compounded together to express the cost per unit. Then what it is called? It is known as, yes, it is known as D, that is composite unit. Good. तो जब हम two units को roll करते हैं into one, it is known as the composite unit. Good. Question 48. Poka-yoke is also known as, Poka-yoke is also known as cleaning, sharpening, smoothing, mistake proofing, or what? Poka-yoke is also known as what? It is basically a device. It is basically a device. It is known as what? Yes, excellent, Himanshu. You're the first one to answer. That is D, mistake proofing. Mistake proofing. Okay, so basically Poka-yoke is a device that prevents any incorrect parts from being made or assembled, right? Basically it helps us to identify any flaw or error. It is known as mistake proofing. Next, question 49. Continuous stock taking is a part of, continuous stock taking is a part of dash, ABC analysis, perpetual inventory, JIT, both A and C, or none of the above. So continuous stock taking is basically when I have to record all the receipts and the issues after every record, and I have to record after every issue and after receipt, है ना. तो बेसिकली हम मंथ एंड का या ईयर एंड का वेट नहीं करते, हम आफ्टर एवरी इशू आफ्टर एवरी रिसीट रिकॉर्ड करते हैं. दैट इज नोन एज परपेचुअल इन्वेंट्री. यस. सो हिमांशु अगेन, you have answered it correctly. Good. Rishi also, Arjun also, very good. Question 50, this is the last. What is the main difference between absorption costing and marginal costing? And it is the treatment is different in the case of absorption costing and marginal costing of what? So the main difference between absorption costing and the marginal costing is the treatment of prime cost, variable overheads, fixed overheads, direct material and fixed overheads, or none of the above. Yes, everybody is correct. Fixed overheads. Basically in absorption costing हम fixed overheads को product cost में लेते हैं, है ना. We treat this as a product cost only, but in marginal costing we treat this as a period cost. Okay, so absorption costing में we treat fixed overheads as a product cost, whereas in marginal costing we treat it as a period cost. So with this we come to an end. We have done 50 questions today. So you can just rate yourself also कितने आपने गलत करे, और अगर कहीं पे आपने गलत करे हैं तो प्लीज़ ट्राई उसको कहीं आप लिख लो, बिकॉज बहुत ज़्यादा आपके लिए वो आसान हो जाता है कि हाँ यहाँ पे गलती हुई थी, इसको दोबारा दोबारा आपने पढ़ना है. ठीक है, तो जस्ट ट्राई. जब भी आप खत्म होगी ना ये, तो आप अपने कमेंट बॉक्स में ज़रूर लिखिएगा कि आपके कितना स्कोर आया. ठीक है, ऑल दोज हु आर वाचिंग दिस एज अ रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो ऑल्सो, प्लीज राइट इन द कमेंट बॉक्स दैट व्हाट वाज योर स्कोर, हाउ मच डिड यू गॉट, है ना. सो नेगेटिव मार्किंग चाहे छोड़ देना, जस्ट राइट इट डाउन कि 50 में से कितने आंसर्स आपके करेक्ट रहे. सो फॉर गेटिंग द PDF, okay, for getting the PDF of this this questions, you have to join the Telegram channel, and if still you you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, then do subscribe and also like and comment on this video, and do write your score. Do write your score on your comment, है ना, कि कितना मिला आपको, because it will be a very good thing. The dates will be given to you. ऐसे अभी मैं एडवांस में आपको नहीं बता सकती. The dates will be given to you. So I hope everything is clear. So let us wind up. Thank you so much and have a very good day. Thank you so much everyone.